Hello everybody, it is your guy, Cozy Cabin Games, I guess, or Cozy, and we're here for another day of deving. Some type of deving, at least. We're gonna keep going with our little ASCII project on this lovely Friday night. One second, let me get myself a little bit more cozy, a little more comfortable. But yes, another day, more work on the Cozy Task Manager, or Riven done. I've been doing a lot of work off stream as well, so I'm actually very happy with the progress. I haven't been able to do too much time, but whenever I get a little chance, like if I like to, like in the mornings early or something like that, it's nice to take a little break to just do a little bit of deving, and I think we got quite a bit done. I pulled the latest from my laptop. One second. Oh, my bad. But yeah, log, got quite a few things done and fixed little things here and there. Nothing that substantive, but we got better. We actually got file loading working correctly, and then added some comment support to the documents so that I can add little helper documentation to myself in the file, so I don't have to remember what this random string of letters and numbers mean. And let's actually just take a look at it. Let me try building it, or actually maybe I could just run it as is and it'll be good. I don't know. No such file or directory. Oh wait, there we go. So now I can go here, and we actually have the stuff displaying correctly, at least almost correctly. I think there's a little bit being chopped off the top here. I almost want to use a different task. I kind of want to use a different terminal, because I feel like I don't need this top thing in West term. It's just extra real estate that's just being removed, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, like we can see the tickets being displayed here, which is cool. There's a header bar as well. If I were to scroll up, it's just that for whatever reason the frame is like chopping it off, like it's not printing correctly. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But it is fine. It is fine. Anyways, let me I think I'm gonna put some music today. I know we've been doing the whole fire side thing, but I think I'm in a mood for a little Scotia music today. So just gonna put on the CD player. There we go. I'm gonna put it very low as well. Just gonna be in the background. Yes. Fantastic. And yeah, this little header thing issue needs to be addressed. It's bothering me. Because it's like we're losing important bits here. So actually I've been using, I think it's called Fish. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to try installing a new terminal on stream, but or Fish Shell. I just want something. I want something simple that has. You know, maybe I should not do that today. Maybe I shan't. You know what I could do instead? What I could actually do is I can modify my West term to have smaller ASCII characters, so I can just have everything display on there. Not that I forgot what it is actually. Is it, oh yeah. Term.lua. And then what I'm currently using is the size. Initial rows. Is that the issue? Too many rows. Let's make the font size a little bit smaller. Ew. That's a little rough. Maybe that's gonna be fine. Okay, and let's try running build the task again. Hey! And now you actually have it displaying correctly. Very nice. Very, very, very nice. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, we have our to-do, we have our implement pause menu in the to-do, and we have this in progress. It might be easier if we change the description of these guys. Like, I don't know. Perfect world hunger. I mean, I can't spell. Let's just run it now. Yeah, perfect. And it wraps correctly. Beautiful. Now that being said, I do want to modify the wrap, and I also want to show the icon. I want to show the ID as well for these. So I think what I'm going to do is, first of all, we have to go here. I think I'm going to quit out of here, and we're going to go into Vim World. Let's go to, I don't know. I'm not sure what we shall do. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm thinking about how the character size is going to be smaller, so writing text is going to be a little bit more, maybe not that bad actually. It actually gives me a little bit more room. But we need to go to project, no, board view is where all this logic is implemented. And we're going to be modifying this a little bit. We're going to have to be adding some, I think what I'm going to do is, because we have offsets we're going to be applying to both X and Y. So I think of just, instead of just ascribing the values here, I might actually make these like increments. So we start off, instead of with 0, 0, we start off with like our offsets here. And then we make these all increments. So we can do like plus equals instead. Cool. Let me just do something. I don't know how to get rid of I have no idea how to get rid of that highlight without doing this, but it is what it is. So I kind of have more lighter music. I gotta say, it's been kind of a weird stream today. Not weird, but usually we have like a chat or two by this point, and it shows there's people here, so I'm like not sure if there's something weird going on my client side or something. I just want to make sure there's not actual comments that exist I'm just not seeing, because I'm gonna feel like a weird jerk. Damn bro, deleting the ASCII was hard. Yo, what's up, EAPG? Okay, now I have comments, let's go. Or maybe that's just recent, I'm not sure. Anyways, welcome dude. Deleting the ASCII though, what do you mean? Just getting rid of that one character? Yeah, you can. I wasn't trying to delete that. The goal was to get rid of, because if when I do this, and I do like, I don't know, some kind of operation, that highlight for some reason stays there. So on occasion I just do something like that, and then just Like even right now, if I type ASDF, the pattern matcher is still going on, so it just kind of does that. What's going on? Also, it's going up, Chris Bearded. 1 second. And it was going up, I need Dudick. That's a great name. What's up, Draco? Do some programming comp stuff? Nah, man. I just want to do my own thing. And then we're gonna add some little indentation, I think, like maybe 2 characters as well. So these are gonna be X and Y increments. We don't need this anymore. In fact, we don't even need to do this because we can add header here as well, which I think header is what? Where's Y? I think it's header underscore Y, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this bad boy right there. Header underscore Y. Header underscore Y. So we're just gonna go here and add that as well. Alright. So we got this going on, and then what else do you want to have? You also want to display the ID as well. So what I'm going to do is also write ID. We also have to get this padding for the size of the text so we can increment things properly, but I think what we're going to do is do yeah, I'm going to do like +1 here on the Y offset so that we draw the Y correctly. Though I'm realizing IDs is going to be a integer value, so again, I think it's probably going to be something simple like I to S or something like this. Like some kind of simple function, but I realize I don't know how to convert int to string in C. sprintf? Is that how you do it? sprintf? And that just like creates a new string or something? Yeah, okay. Characters enough, and then yeah, sprintf. Okay, we'll do that. Char, like, what was our maximum size? I can't remember. I think I defined this within where did I define it? I think I defined it in application. Yeah, yep. And it's task buffer. No, that's for task buffer size. But that's gonna indicate the number of integers. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So task underscore buffer size. I mean, it seems like overkill if I'm gonna be honest with you, but hey, I said that's the maximum number of tasks we have. That's the number of characters this can be. Actually, that's just an integer value though. That's not gonna indicate how many digits we're gonna need. Yeah, how many? How many digits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 digits. Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, this feels weird. And then Actually, yeah, I can just unify this. S print F, I believe it was. And I just pass in what? The string Ruby setting. Okay, and then just the format. So ID string percent S and the size of enough, which is going to be 6. Cool. And then we can just pass an ID string. Let's try building this out. Let me catch up in chat too while we're at it. 1 second. Oh no. Oh no. Invalid initializer. Oh, percent, that's S. Whoopsie, I forgot. This is D for integer. Clearly. Still wrong function though. S print F. Very weird. Evening, Chloe. What's up? What's up, Renee? Good day to all you, or you all. It's always a pleasure to have you here, man. Hope you guys are doing well this fine Friday evening. Also, what's up, Draco? I didn't read your message, dude. Something I've been wondering about. Do the colors on the underside of the keys mean anything? Like, is there a standard chart that says there's meanings, or is it different for each manufacturer? When you say colors on the underside of the keys, like, you're talking about like I have a key right here. Like, what colors do you mean? Are you talking about like this side, or are you talking about the colors on like the clicky part, like the little X thing? Digging the music? I'm glad you dig it, Renee. Got some good old video game chill background quest village themes. This is from Dragon Quest. It's very nice. The switches, yeah, switches have like different IDs then. Gotcha. That's kind of a good question, because I know the colors usually, like, I can kind of intuit what they belong to. Like, when I see blues, I'm usually assuming MX clicky sounding blues, and then browns are more, you know, tactile and whatnot. But as for why they choose the colors, I'm not sure, or if there's any rationale behind it. It usually feels like branding. Like, for these keys I have here, for my split key, well, that's a Gatoron key, but it has a green color. For these, they're pink, and they're marketed as KT strawberries. So I'm not sure why they choose the colors. Maybe it's largely just a marketing decision, or maybe there's some technical thing, but I'm not sure there's any standard for that. I don't think there is, so I'm more inclined to believe it's just some kind of marketing thing. That's at least what I'm thinking. Also, what's going on here? Invalid initializer? Oh. It won't let me initialize this. And I think it's because, yeah, it doesn't return the string. It just sets the value within that address we passed in. Which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. Which means if I do build again, it should be okay, yes, and then we can run task. We can go to messymansion.project, and beautiful, we have our tasks there. Though I'm not liking how they're wrapped right now, so I think our wrap value is too arbitrary. Instead, we should use the same offset sizing we're using for the categories themselves, which I believe is going to be column width. Yeah, right here. So let's just replace these bad boys. I'm not sure why that didn't work. Let's try this again. Okay. better, except for the fact that this task is in the wrong category. I think it's wrapping around in the wrong way. They're also sharing the same they're sharing the same ID string, which is weird. Oh, because I'm passing this instead of ID. Yeah, that's a weird weird thing they did an example. Okay, I have to pass an ID. That's fine. Okay, and now we have the correct IDs. Still have that weird issue where things are not wrapping quite the way I like it. We'll have to see about that. I also want to have the ID be a little indented back. Again, better, but I'm not sure why this is starting to get broken. When we draw this one step lower, it's a bit strange to me, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. Said hi. What's up, Richard? Play? Nah, we're doing C, Carlos. What we doing? This is what we're doing. I'm so glad we have this command. Dig it? I'm glad, man. Yeah. Just wrapping up, so we, hopefully getting closer to wrapping this up so I can start going back to game deving. Get back to doing some good old-fashioned game deving. Not old-fashioned, let's get back to what we were doing before. This is kind of a side quest we've got engaged upon, but that's fun. Okay. I'm still a little bit weirded out by this, though. I wonder if the issue is the wrap value. That'd be weird, but like if we made this instead of column width, make it column width divide minus, I don't know, a little bit of padding. Yeah, no, the padding is not going to fix anything. Actually, let's just try. Oh, it did fix things. Okay, there's some weird behavior there that's just wrong. We have to deal with this wrapper function, but hey, for now it seems to work as intended. Also, I might expand our buffer a little bit more. It feels a little bit too small. I think we need to give our categories a little bit more room for breathing. We have our buffer. I think right now we're hard encoding the size on build buffer. Right to buffer. Build buffer. Yeah, we were manually setting this stuff in. I should really actually make these be input parameters for building the buffer. So that it's equal to this. And then let's see the build error. Okay, build buffer too few arguments and application underscore run. Okay. And then we can go to application dot run, which I believe is here. I forgot, what was the values I deleted right now? 70 and 24. So we're gonna be making them a little bit better. 70 and 24. We're gonna make 70 actually 80, and then we're gonna make 24 like 28. Let's try building this now. Nope. Okay. Much more room. Cool, make it like this. Now we still have this oversized thing, so I think I'm gonna have to actually reduce this back down to 24. Yeah, now it's back to working fine. Beautiful. Not beautiful. We're having some issues here. Not sure what the issues are, but there's something weird going on between size resolution and this. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure this out. But we gave ourselves a little bit more breathing. I almost want to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room. Like instead of just 80, let's make it like 80, 90. That sounds like the next evolution of NVIDIA. 80, 40. Okay, that's a little too much. 85 maybe. That's our limit. Okay, that works. That works. Okay, let me catch up in chat now. 1 second, guys. What kind of music do you make with those speakers? I do a lot of different types of audio production. Let me mute this real quick. Let me go on Newgrounds, because that's where I post all my music. 1 second. Yeah. Can we scroll over here? Thank you. No, I would sure like to click on my profile. I would sure like to click on my profile. Thank you. Audio. But yeah, sometimes I do like very chiptune-y stuff, or not, kind of like Sega Genesis style stuff. Oh, that's loud. So this would be like for a racing game I want to work on in the future. And then so there's that. Sometimes there's more like orchestral things like this for Crimson Crown. Oh, come on. The UI is so small. I actually used to do a lot of orchestral stuff. Like I did a battle theme here. Yeah, I need to get back to Crimson Crown at some point, dude. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. Breakbeat sometimes. Some bossa nova I did the other time for Cookin' Daddy. Yeah, quite a lot of different things, man. Though it's been a while since I've done music production. The last time I did music productions was for the Newgrounds audio competition. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question, though. I'll take any excuse to kind of showcase some of the music. It's been a while since I've done audio production. I need to do it. I miss it. At the same time, though, I need to get some games done, dude. Ceiling, what's up, LT Mods? Finally, some peace from my clients. Pause from the web dev for this guy. Hey, let's go, LT Mods. Glad to hear it, man. Also, what's up, Loves Ruby? It's good to see you. Toot toot toot. On some soundtrack-esque sounds too. Sick, man. Yeah, feel free to post it in the Discord, Dan. It'll be cool to peep some music. Yeah, it's good to see you, Ruby. It's actually so cool. I'm glad you dig it, man. Glad you dig the vibe. Just the guy trying to make some software and trying to get good at making software. I feel like it's weird, man. I feel like art and music, I've gotten to a point where I'm content with it. Like, as far as competency is concerned, and it's just a matter of like having opportunities to make those things that I want to make. But with programming, it feels like this never-ending cycle of there's still so much to learn. I mean, there's always more to learn in those fields, but I feel like to do the I wish to do, like in those other disciplines, I'm at a level where I can do what I desire to do with them, and that's cool. With programming, there's things I wish I can do that I just can't yet. Like, even though I'm working, even though I'm employed and I have my job and I've been getting better at programming these past couple years, it still feels like there's always so much more to learn and so much I want to do with this kind of stuff. Which on the one hand is fun because it means it's like a Sisyphean thing where I'm never gonna get to the end goal. And I'm a guy who enjoys the process more than the end goal, which is cool. But it also means that I get sucked into little side things like this, which I'm not against. It's always fun, but you know. If I was part of any normal corporate structure for my personal game deving stuff for Cozy Cabin Games, whoever that project manager would be or whatever would be very, very not happy. Oh man. Yeah, there's something wrong with my wrapper function. It's not wrapping. I think it's wrapping, and it's not wrapping in the way I want to. We have write to buffer. We have our input XY. We have our string, name, column width, plus a buffers, which kind of worked. But now we're having this weird issue where I guess it's weird because it's not just on overflow, it's the entire thing gets wrapped around. If I were to add padding, be equal to 5 or something. Build, run, and then go in here. Yeah, even with low padding, we're still having this weird issue. It's very bizarre. If I make it 8, let's make it even bigger. There it works. So I'm not sure what's the deal with this. Which may be an issue if we have more things going on here. I also almost feel like wasting a line just for the ID is just kind of dumb. I should just have it be inlined or something. Maybe have this be same line, and then have this be 2. That works. And then you have to have a thing for adding new tasks. I need to think of how we're gonna do that. We have to have a new cursor as well. We have to have some stateful stuff. Yeah, we're gonna investigate. Behaving weird. We're gonna fix that later. I should make that as part of a task. I should make that a task for this. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. Nightbot a thing? Crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna work on the Nightbot at some point. Well, actually, we have Nightbot, but I want to work on my own. I want to have one unified bot that works across YouTube, that works across Discord, and would be hooked into the website. There's so many things I want to do, man. It's crazy. We used to do what for the assignments? What's up, Luca? Love the music. Thank you, Kieran. I'm glad you're digging the music, man. Why snake for some and camel case for vars? I use camel case. Okay, so I have snake case. Where am I using snake case? Oh, okay. So like, I use snake case specifically only for when these are functions are in my mind. They're kind of like, in my brain, they're tied specifically to a type. So in this case, we have a buffer struct, or something symbolically struct buffer. So I have the type prefixed, or not is suffixed by a underscore, and then the function it does. So in my mind, I can understand, hey, this is a data type, and this is a function that's pertinent to that. So like, even for int2s, that's what I use. Like I have a thing that indicates, hey, this is an int2 function that's modifying it int2, and here's a specific thing you're doing with it. Yeah, I have it like that just to kind of associate certain function parameters to types. Since we're in C land and there's no such thing as function members, even in the static context. So that's kind of how I do that in my mind, for the most part. These I didn't do that just because it was, this buffer class is the first thing or buffer header file is the first thing I worked on before I kind of made a naming convention scheme for myself. But aside from that, I have another kind of naming scheme for like prefixing things that are going to be global and static and all that. Yeah, that's how I kind of operate. I should probably go through and do a better cleanup at some point, but a better enforcement of these ideas. But yeah, this is what I got for right now. So we have board view, we have I think we get retrieve data. Yeah, like this, we're capturing this specific. Yeah, we have data. Should be like the first thing we have here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Data should be somewhere in here. Wait, where do I capture data actually? Oh, right here. This is where I capture it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put this up here because it's like the global thing. Not global, but the thing that's used by everything else. I should also have another thing to capture session data because we're gonna be using that to determine what object is gonna be, what object is selected and what object isn't. So we need to do this ampersand s underscore application and session data or session. Also, Kieran, I'm not sure if I acknowledge you. I remember acknowledging you and I got wrapped up in another thing, but I want to say hi, Kieran, in case I missed you. Also, Anuska, what's going on? Beep beep, your voice sounds extra therapeutic today. Oh my goodness, thank you, Anuska. That's the voice of someone who took a small nap after work and then had some covers with my nieces and finally booted up to get back on this grind. Snake camel case, mix it up a bit. Yeah, snake case, camel case. It's a little. We use everything here. Nothing's off the table. I keep joining your streams because I like the vibes. Thank you, LT Mods. That's what we're going for here. Vibes first, and then technical competency maybe later. Ouroboros said hi. What's up, Ouroboro? I have a friend who uses a name online very similar to that. Tuna Chip, do you have any interoperability between Vim and Unity? And if not, would you like to? Not really, not Vim specifically. I use Rider, but Rider has Vim motions, so I can have all the nice like navigation stuff that I currently have in an IDE that's more chunky, like Rider or C-Line if I'm doing my game engine thing. Yeah, it'd be cool. I'd like to set it up at some point, but I don't even use the like, even though Rider has Unity hookins and stuff like that, I actually don't really use that stuff at all. It's not as much of value for me. But it's also nice to have, but yeah, it's not something I really am super reliant upon. Yes, that is. Oh my goodness. The Villa, okay, the Ville apple pie. You got it right. Yes, it is a Magnavox. I think you're the first person in like dozens of hours of streams to have ever gotten this right, or just call it straight from the dome. What's up, Cats Maniac? That's code. That's time to code, baby. I just finished building a plugin for Godot, which allows for launch scene from Vim, but if you needed one for Unity, I could look into that. Oh, that'd be sick. So no, this is Vim. I'm not doing Unity stuff though today. Yeah, if I'm using Rider, it would be something else. But hey, Tuna, if you end up doing that and make it public, hit me up, because I would like to eventually. It'll be fun to just have a Vim only setup instead of having to use Rider. The thing is, like with IDEs, especially on large projects, I can't get away with just using Vim for everything, because like at some point I always come back to having to do large scale refactors that touch a lot of things, and the JetBrains tools have been so good for refactoring stuff. So I don't know, I think it's gonna be one of those things where I use it for just fun thing, like not fun, for light things that are not, or writing new things, or maybe just regular work. But when it comes time to do any large scale changes or refactors, I'll just boot up the IDE. I think that might be an amicable way of dealing with it, because I don't like how chunky the IDE, like not even in terms of memory or CPU usage, but also in terms of just visually how many features they afford you. It's actually been very nice learning how to use GDB for debugging here and setting up breakpoints. Like in a weird way, like even with Rider, setting up I mean, it's a different thing though, but it's kind of weird how it feels like GDB is way more reliable for certain things. But I don't know. I'm just a guy getting into this, right? What was I doing? We got this going. Yeah, we need to start getting the session data stuff working. That's what I need to do. So we need to set the cursor. So we have tasks that can exist in a variety of different states. If I can go over here and, I don't know, go into to do for a second. Like we have a board with like different states. There's, I don't know, state 1, which is like, or state 0, which is to do, state 1, which is in progress, and then state 2, which is completed. And we might have like this amount of tasks in the to do, and then this amount of tasks in progress, and then this amount of tasks in completed. Or if we're really optimistic, it's actually going to be like this many. Just so many things completed. Either way, it's a variable thing that's not like a standard grid. So with our cursor, we have to figure out how it's going to behave. When I go left here, what should it do? It's not going to, especially because we don't have a grid structure set up, right? So we need to find a way of positioning the cursor based off of the current state of the taskbars. Now the nice thing about having a running count is that after we draw all the tasks and incrementing through them, we have like a count for the amount that are here, here, and here. So if we press left in a category that has significantly more than the next category, we can just, hey, you probably want to go to the bottom of this category. And then if we go left from here, it'll just assume you're going from here to here. So I think that's going to be one important thing we need to do. I think we also have to have a thing for setting up, drawing things depending on their current selection state or the current position of the cursor. So it's weird. It's almost like we need to, gosh. Because when we draw the individual tasks themselves, we might have to draw them differently based off if the cursor's on them. But it'd kind of suck if like we have the cursor drawing stuff here, or movement stuff happen here, so that, like, or maybe we don't. We may just position up here and enforce that. Okay, we can figure this out. Let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. 1 second. Why are you coding on a computer from the 80s? I'm not. Exploding giraffes? Thank you, man. I'm glad you dig my voice. It's rad. Really cool. Thank you, Hazik. What is bro hacking? We're just doing some tasking management right now. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, I think this might be this is kind of a beefy function we were starting to build, and it's gonna get even more beefier. So maybe it's time to break this up into smaller sections and comment it out or something. Or maybe we just say, hey, draw board categories header. Like we just do comments to indicate sections of the board. Or we can even just iterate through everything. Like this is not a big cost because we're just iterating through the total count of index, not through the entire array. So we can actually just build these counts ahead of time. And yeah, we can potentially just do that. Just build some tasks. So we have like, we keep these because these are going to be what's used to draw things, but then we're going to have everything else there. Base index. In fact, we can do this thing just so it's like very clear at a glance what's going on here. This is the draw task area, and then we'll figure out if we want to actually do any functional decomposition. Yeah, this currently see. Thank you, D-Coon, for answering for me. Drake, all see all the time. The way, yep, yes, sir. In other languages he knows and uses. I'm not knowledgeable in any other languages he knows or uses. Noted. Okay. I mean, I use. Okay. This actually. Wait. Did this show? I think I have a thing for my languages. In case you're curious. Because I'm pretty sure there's got to be at least one language you're familiar with. Or language. One of those commands. Thank you, Dirga. He made that up. Well, you got it pretty right. Well, not really. Kind of right. These past 2 weeks has all been C, but lately we've been doing, but usually we're doing C# and HLSL graphics things. Yeah, we're gonna do something here. I think what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, do we to do index? Yeah, we increment within here. So we're just gonna yoink. I'm gonna make a simple function. Build category. Maybe I should just do a thing for like private, essentially private functions. Build or calc category counts, and then we take in like, I don't know, int pointers to do in prog. I'm gonna start shortening things down. I'm tired of being very verbose. And complete. And we're just gonna yoink. Yeah, this. Yoink this state machine. Actually, we're gonna have to do something here. Yeah, we're gonna need some additional inputs, but it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. And we're just gonna... Wait a second. The loop. This internal switch statement. And this is the end of the loop. Oh my goodness! Are we... Oh no, we have to. Yeah, never mind. We're right. We have to actually write this in the loop. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. We're gonna yoink this loop. We're gonna paste it in here. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff we don't actually need, such as this. Yep. The only thing we really need to do is just have this category increment. And then in prog plus plus. Okay, we don't need any of this data. We just need the state, which identifies the category that this is in. And then this, don't need it. Yep, and then we're gonna need some additional things like a reference to data, which is not the end of the world. Session data. No. It needs to be save data or persistent data. Pointer data. Okay. And then also latest index. But if we're passing in data, we might as well just give it. Yeah, it can get the index itself. We're not going to handhold it there. Latest index. Yeah, screw it. We're just going to do that here. And this should initialize the category count so we can do our mouse movement and drawing ahead of time, I think. Or not drawing, but at least movement set up before that drawing so that we can do everything correctly after. Which I think we need to have like a cursor like update thing. Which is not the end of the world. I might have to actually define struct. That's been like a running theme in C. You can't just use a struct type. You have to actually define, hey, this is a struct, and then it'll do the thing from there. Which is okay. And we're gonna need a session data pointer. I think that'll be good enough for now. I'm probably gonna expand this later. And then we're gonna do stuff from here. Honestly, I'm just gonna functionally decompose this. Draw tasks. Like, I think we should just do that. I don't want to have a humongous thing. I'm just gonna have all this happen here so I can easily look at a glance what the pipeline looks like for all these behaviors. Yeah, and we just let's just make sure this works first before we start doing anything else fancy. And we're gonna need some stuff, aren't we? Oh, we're gonna need these local variables. Ooh. Maybe I should define a struct for some of this data here. because there's a lot of data that's just going to be just used for this single frame, but will be probably used across these functions. So yeah, maybe I should just do that. I don't know. Let me catch up and chat real quick before I make any decisions. 1 second, guys. To stumble, jump between beginner, Python, CS, HTML, C++. Hey, that's how you do it though, man. The repo is private right now. I'm not against opening it. I had it open for a while. I just don't want to have like GitHub scrape it. I mean, it's nothing special, but I don't know. It just bothers me. I'd be fine with like posting like a copy of it or something on a repo. Eventually I want to put it on the website, but I need to figure out self-hosting Git. And Vimotions enable you to move cursor and texture without mouse. More efficient coding, definitely, man. Yeah, that's a plan to do, Decoon. Wally Pizza. What is the best way to learn coding? Oh, my brother. I don't... That's such a... I'm not sure, man. Actually, I'll say this. Learn a statically typed language. Start with that. I'd say learn C or C++ something first, and then move on to something that... If that doesn't interest you, at least it's going to force you to learn some basics. Learn about allocating to stack versus... well, first, like, learn what basic things, like what a data type is, and then learn about some basic functions and how functions work, and then learn how to make a struct, and then learn about allocating to stack versus heap, things like that. Maybe implement a few data structures or something, and then if you have something you want to do, just go for it. But I think that's some basic foundations that are just going to be useful and good to know in general. Yeah, so looking at this, there's some things that should be done here. Buffer job EG. Categories. There's a lot of, yeah, all this data. To do X. Can I do like const ints and NC? Write buffer to do in progress completed. And then we draw tasks. Job board categories headers, write to buffer. Yeah, I feel like this is stuff that's just gonna be relevant. Like this gives you where the header is, where each category's X is, the width of the column. Yeah, like that seems reasonable to me to just push into like a little struct or something, because passing all these manually into every single parameter would be just annoying. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. So what, we're gonna define a struct here for ourselves? I guess I'll just find a struct, yeah, here. Or what, type def struct, what? Board data. And then what, board data again as well, I believe. And then yeah, we're going to define that there. We're going to have a simple function for create. It's going to be private because I don't intend anyone else to make it. At least that's the intention, but who knows? And it's going to return a board data. And then be return. What am I going to do? I'm going to return everything structured in here. And we're going to go here, get rid of these data types. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I said we're going to do this. Oh, really? Okay, we're going to do this then. Okay, and calculate everything here. Replace all this stuff with semicolons. And then I'm going to do the thing again because for whatever reason. Whatever. Okay, so we have with. You have to get rid of these guys. Gotta love refactors. Actually, no, what am I doing? Yes. Type def struct board data. We have this function that's going to create board data and calculate everything with these global things. Column width. Is this going to be? This is supported. Also, I'm not sure if I can just do this. Now that I think about it, I think the syntax might be. I have the syntax wrong. I think I have to use I have to use. No, actually, I can just not even declare the data type, which is kind of cool, but also bad. All right, let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. One second, y'all. Hope y'all having a great day. It's good to see you again, Mind Control. Hope you're having a good one too, man. Hello, what's going on, Kevin Ballo? Thanks, big dog. Do you learn DSA like node-based algorithms or just making something? I mean, you can learn data structures, but the best way you're actually going to learn how to... Like, you can learn data structures, but until you use it to solve a real problem, it's not going to click the applicability of it. Also, Anushka. Hey, Cozy, unique question. When are you making me as one of the characters in your game? Obviously, the sweetest character. I guess I need to finish this before I get back to... I'd probably have to work on the game before you make any game characters. I think we need to make a game first. And to make a game, I gotta actually work on the game. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It's important. I asked you, got your question right now, Anushka. Your specs. I think I have like some. I actually should have a command or yeah, I should have a command for that. I have like some AMD CPU that has like 12 cores and 3.8 gigahertz. It has 24 virtual threads, but 24 threads, but 12 cores. And then I got a 5060 in here, so definitely more modern than the peripherals I'm using right now. Definitely more modern. Is the power source? Yes, everything comes from the light bulb. I use a Vim. Hoovia, just good old fashioned Vim. Here you go, Alvaro. With these peripherals, yeah, the peripherals maketh the man, right? The peripherals maketh the man. Yeah, it's pretty fun using this though. It's fun playing modern games on this. Like I played the finals on here, and it's like it's weirdly kind of playable. Like I can play it fine. It runs fine. The weird part is just the resolution is so small. I can't read any of the text at all. But I can still look at a dude and point at him and shoot him. So you know, it's good enough for that. I can still play it. Definitely not better than my definitely not the same performance I'd have on my 144 hertz monitor I have back there. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so we're gonna have to change the syntax here a little bit because some of them are self-referential. Specifically, column width is used a bunch, so we have to do like int column width, and then I can just use it again here. And I'm just gonna actually, does this version of C let me just assign things? Probably not. I'm just gonna continue down this train wreck and just do its thing. Some of this stuff requires context though, doesn't it? We're just gonna see if this builds. Actually, you know what? Not instantiate. Initialize. Build struct. Let's just see this. I want to see all the different syntax that exists for building a struct to see if I'm doing it. I know, like in C89, I think you just have to put things in the right order. But I think in C90 something, you can actually specify the parameter you want to assign, and you don't have to have it be in the correct order. This is like old assumptions I had or knowledge I had. I'm not sure if it's still correct, if I'm correct about that. Let's see here. Or you could just directly assign things. So I can just do a basic initialization and just directly assign. Okay, we can. That might be easier actually, instead of trying to do the single return thing. Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, what I'm gonna do actually is we're gonna have board data equal initialize like this, and then we're gonna actually directly assign these values to it like this. And then all of a sudden, all these commas have to become semicolons. Perfect. So that should just work. And then I can just do board data create. We have to return it, don't we? Yeah, so here we're going to do board I don't know. The board data seems wrong. It's like more like view adjustments or alignment or something. I don't know, or like a format. It's something like that. Either way, we're just gonna have to call this, and then we're gonna be setting things. We no longer need this data here because we are calculating it within our board data, and then this would be like format .x .header .complete Okay, and then we have S with, that is correct. And, ooh, is there people? Well, let's check the Discord. I've been hearing some beep bops and I've been kind of inadvertently ignoring it just from being so zoned in. But let us see what's going on in the Discord. In the Discord. What's going on? Why do people react with Berg? What is going on? What is happening? This guy's floating. Release help. Okay. Some occupational hazard thing. Why the burger? Oh well. By the way, we do have a Discord, guys. Let me catch up real quick. Clunky keys is greater than clicky keys. I feel that, dude. Hex Studio. I mean, usually I use linear keys just to make it easier on my hands, because, you know, typing 8 hours a day and then coming home to type another 4 hours is not great if I use these keys. So for the normal work, I use my linear keys, which are easier on my fingers, but these just feel and sound better, man. Money is 0 in the brackets. No, you can initialize it without the 0 in the brackets. Or at least with this compiler, you can just do that. Maybe, who knows, maybe I might be in trouble later on. But initializing with just brackets seems to work fine. The difference between a null and a 0 might sound small, but it isn't. It shan't ever be insignificant since someone's somewhere. Oh. So maybe it's a null thing that I'm using null and it's working fine. That's probably bad. Game dev goodness, thank goodness you're live. I need to finish a network class assignment and I haven't even started Yan yet. I need someone coding in the background. Yeah, game dev goodness. Well, hey brother, it's time to lock in, man. Time to lock in, time to get that homework done, dude. Time to get your network. I'm not sure what you're doing. What kind of the network assignments I had were like building out some fictional infrastructure with like this software from Cisco. I completely forgot everything about it though. Is there syntax error finding in this compiler? In the GCC, yeah, when I compile it. But when I'm simply typing right now, no syntax for that. No coverage for that whatsoever. No coverage for that whatsoever. So, okay, I'm actually kind of curious. What are you guys doing over here? Me when I do a task I've been procrastinating on. Yep, that's me. That's me for sure. That's why I hated school, dude. I mean, I hate, but it's just so much stressing over procrastination. That's all it was, like, for me. It was the procrastination machine. It was a place where I went to procrastinate. Oh, we should probably put on a new CD. I don't know. I'll leave this up to you guys. We're gonna do a vote for music. And then the other option is, I don't know what options. Chill, VGM, Win 95, I think. Ambience. I think those are the only two options I'm going to do today. Why do I need to have... Okay, I don't have to have 4. In the meantime, let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. Can you compile? Not yet, because there's still some errors here. Like, I know there's errors here that I need to fix first. So I'm going to compile once I fix that stuff. Defining a struct. We're going to find out, Alvaro. I'm a cybersec student, and it makes me realize why people use this power for evil. I'm losing brain cells. Wait, what is that? What are you realizing? I've been a corporate software dev for 5 years at this point, and they just really wanted me to finish out my degree, but man, our university's out of touch on this coursework. Oh yeah, dude. I didn't, like, none of It's so weird. Like, I spent like 3 years studying computer science, and I switched to IT and finished my degree in like a year. And most of what I learned the first 3 years were not that like applicable, or at the very least, the way they teach it to you is not like, it doesn't stick. At least for me, it didn't. Whereas like the little I did in IT for like 1 year, most of the stuff I learned there, I actually had to use it immediately for like my first job. Like, one semester I learned how to use MySQL, and then like after that semester I got like my first job doing back-end stuff. It was kind of nutty, actually. But yeah, like, I feel like I said, you can learn things in like conceptually, like you can learn about data structures and stuff, but and algorithms, but until you actually use it in a real problem space that's applicable to something you're trying to do, it doesn't stick. Like, I learned about interfaces in college, but I didn't understand why people actually needed it. Like, you learn what it is, but you don't ever see why. And only at work, when I was like implementing a feature, and then like my mentor said, hey, you should use a strategy pattern, that I like had that brain blast moment of like, oh, that's why people use integers. Or not integers, interfaces, my bad. Interfaces. Yeah, and like, same thing with data structures and algorithms. Like, you can learn about data structures, but until like, for example, if you start making a game engine, right, and you start implementing your own collision system, and like, let's say you have everything just in a list and you're iterating across the list to do like collision checks, like, and then you start having more things and it starts getting slower, and you're like, okay, how do you make this faster? And then you start learning about different algorithms for quick, fast queries, and then you start going, oh, I see the application of tree structures now, and why, like, directly why it makes things, why it's so important. And it's cool because in this kind of context, it's a specific context where you can measure the before and the after, and you see the actual result. You see how this thing you learn actually solves a real problem. But these stuff, at least in my education, was never presented like that. It's just, here's a solution with no context for what problem it solved. I think that's the best way to categorize it. Here's a solution, no regard for what kind of problem it solved. So it's only when I started working did this stuff start becoming real. I feel like I actually started getting better at this stuff, because I started seeing like the actual application of these principles. I don't want to update. Go away. Okay, so there's something. Maybe I should just compile and just start fixing all the errors. But I know, like, for example, this board view thing is not going to compile. Application, not board view. The draw tasks we haven't passed in our pointer to board data. Again, bad name. I need to change this to something else. Format. I need to pass like struct in here, I believe, for input parameters, which I believe I did down there too. And actually, this isn't this. Oh yeah, drawing tasks. Yeah. Because we use, for example, format. Also, these are pointers, so I actually have to do this thing to access this data, and then I have to do to-do.x. That has to be format. Yeah, today we're gonna be breaking things in fun new ways. Also, I didn't open up my candle to get some smell. To get that smelly smell. Format header.y. Is that the only place where we're doing these things? No, we do this printf for drawing. It's padding. And then we have column width. Honestly, I almost feel inclined to just structure this like so. I don't know how to get rid of this highlighting we have going on here. It drives me a little nuts. The only way I can, like, I know how to get rid of that is just do this. And then do... And now it's gone. Anywho. But yeah, we have column width, which I believe is also part of format. And then we have, we're gonna do the same thing again here. Again. Okay, and now we have to pass in this format thing. And that should just hopefully work, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, let's just compile and start ripping off the band-aid. Let's start solving these problems I know exist. Yep. Now how bad are we doing here? Oh yeah, brother. Actually not that bad, just like a handful of things. Unknown types named struct. Did you mean struct at line 28? I do mean that at line 28. Okay, and then struct data 20, yeah, 28, yeah, the same thing. Okay, let's just build again. Okay. Declared first and draw a task at 172. What's going on at 172? Oh, we have this data thing defined here, so we need data. We also need data. So we need persistent data, pointer data. Okay, and then up here at line 33, we didn't dereference. Yep. Wait a second. Because it's self-referential. Okay, and then small little typo 249. That's easy. And prog. No, not this. There we go. So segmentation core dumped. Okay, beautiful. So we're gonna have to GDB that real quick. Something critically went wrong here. Let's see where this core dumped on. Just run it. Go to here. Okay, and we seg faulted at board view 173. Yeah, this happened here at 173. Latest index equals data latest index. Did I not pass that? Is that the issue here? Draw tasks. I did not. So that's just a null pointer. Well, that's a easy thing to fix though. So hopefully that's just the end of the story. We can build it again. Task out. Perfect. Beautiful. See, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. Let's commit this real quick before we forget. fixed. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Restructured view. And let me check chat real quick, guys. Also, I see you guys. Ooh, no, Chill VGM is still in the lead. It's very close, though. It's very close. So maybe we'll do some Chill VGM. I'll put out the disc. Let me catch up with chat real quick, guys. What's up, Ranuk? No way you're really coding on that old box. It's not that old, though. I mean, the peripherals are old. The machine's new. What's that thing that from remember that thing from Hot Rod? Old in body, young at heart, or something like that. Yeah, it's like a task management kind of thing. Nah, I can't do an AI land solution. Maybe I technically could make some kind of thing, but probably not. And I probably wouldn't want to either. I'm taking a physics of all things right now. Why do I have to know the Newton's laws of thermodynamics to make snake? Hey man, who knows, man? Maybe you want to make your snake that's not in a non-Newtonian environment. Maybe you want to make it in a world or physics or something. Got my associates in comp sci, tried in university, but they forbade me because I wanted to do it online. So I got a useless IT degree with a CEH and security pro cert. Interesting. I cannot find a job. Yeah, that sucks, dude. Gotta go. You have a good one, Alvaro. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. Yeah, it's weird. Like, degrees help, they can help give you a checkbox that employers might be looking for, but there's a lot of other factors that go into it, man. I can't even give good advice because, like, I feel like I was just, like, greatly blessed. Like, I feel like I was not qualified for the jobs I gotten at all, and it was either through, like, you know, special events or, you know, dude, honestly, my last job, I feel like, I 100% feel like God just, like, yoinked me and just gave me that job. Because, like, when I go through my resume and on paper, I just don't feel like I was qualified, even at the job. There was so much learning I had to do before I got even anywhere near the qualification to do the things I do there. But, yeah. Yeah, it's like the only thing that really can boost it is just projects and things of that nature. But with software development, it's a bit weirdly more straightforward in terms of, hey, you can just build things and have projects. With IT, it's kind of weird because it's like you can't just, like, make this whole company-wide infrastructure, you know, of, like, 50-something computers or something, just for your resume, like. So it seems way more cert heavy in a weird way. I don't know, man. Oh, what's up, Melon? Good to see you, man. It's 8:40 a.m. Right now it's 9:12 p.m. 9:12 p.m. right now. Glorious 9:12 p.m. Okay. Alright, we're gonna put on some chill VGM music in the background, guys. Let me grab a track from the old CD. We're gonna grab this one, this mix. I'm gonna get rid of this one. And I'm gonna put in this new track. 1 second. I'll put this, like, right here. I'll put it right here. Okay, and just press start. Let it do its thing. Now, and let me end the poll as well, since VGM has won out. For the time being, at least. This is not chill VGM. This is my exciting, like, high energy mix. What is going on here? Why are things in the wrong order? Oh, it's not in the wrong order. I just picked wrong, I guess. 1 second. Let me just grab the correct CD. I really need to mark these. And I'm hoping this one is going to be the chill VGM. I mixed these up at some point, and now I just can't find the correct things anymore. It's very tragic. I really should have just gotten a marker and just write. But I was relying on just having the correct index order and using my memory to get things, but alas. That's not chill VGM. That's an ambient track. Yeah. 1 second. Am I actually going to have to go through all of them? I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to choose one. We're going to do one more, and then if it doesn't work, then GG's. We're going to stick with what we get. Okay, this is probably the 95 zone. And this is probably this is probably the fall mix thing I did. My bad. Alright, either this works or not. We're gonna stick with it. It's not the one. Whatever, dude. Here you are, man. I'm spinning. Why are you saying? So, dude, ran out of contract work, so I'm jamming while you jam. Let's go, Strophim. I mean, I'm not sure running out of contract work is desirable for you, but hey, dude, we're just gonna be hanging out and chilling and getting some devin done. Also, Morgan, dude, what's going on? Out with the fam. Also, it's all good. It's all good. I am. Hello. Yes. Yes. Everything is. There's chaos in this world until Morgan shows up. But now all is right. All is right. It's safe from the viruses, so from what I can tell. What's up, Otto? Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad. Especially earlier in the stream, there's like a ton of people there, and I was like, I'd like to chat, but also, I also want to code and be productive. This is a weird trade-off of like, alright, either I'm gonna be a neglectful streamer, or a productive streamer. There's that's the two options. The choice is yours. So our drawing tasks work fine now. I still kind of want to change this because board name does not feel right. This doesn't feel right at all. What would I name it to? I'm getting rid of this. This is not the right track I want. 1 sec. Okay, this is something else. Okay, so we deduce. This is my jam mix. These are the wind ambience stuff. This is something else. This is the fall mix. Did I just put it last or something? Like, what are you two here? And then there's a mysterious one over here somewhere. I'm not sure what it is. I think this is like the Mac. I'm just gonna grab the last one. Just gonna put it in. I'm just curious now. Or honestly, I might just reburn it. I still have the file. I could just reburn the CD. Come on, spin for me. Okay. Nope. Whatever. Okay. One more try, and if it's not, then GG's. I need to get a marker or something for CDs and just... This time for real, I mean it. Okay, come on. What do you got for me? Okay, something else. Whatever. All right. We continue working, guys. I imagine shop keep, but you're running a apothecary that's a front for nefarious necromancy. Just picture Sweeney Todd with potions. I never watched Sweeney Todd. Stop forking with the knight. Oh my goodness. Alright, anyways. We're just gonna get work. We're gonna just get some work done, dude. So, board data. This is describing what? It's like just describing like format? Or it's like just, I don't know. It's like, it's like... What is this like? It feels... Progress. X, 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 Y, with... What do I want to name this structure? Like landmarks, maybe? That's kind of the way of thinking about it. I don't know, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it for now. Anyways, so we have this now. We have a function for calculating the category counts. We have a means of cursor updates and session data. Now we have, what's going on in Discord? What y'all talking about? Oh, more resources. Always down for it. Full face CD DVD. Thank you. Thank you, Morgan. Thank you. That's precisely what I need. That's precisely. All right. Beautiful. I'm gonna invest in those ASAP, so I can know what my mixes are. All right. So, so let's do a thing where we do, what's going on here? I'm being a little nosy. Okay. I'm gonna mute general for right now. For like an hour or two. Also let me put on, actually, I kinda wanna close this so I can just have the nice background. Yeah, we're gonna do that. And I don't need this. So more of the background becomes visible. Beautiful. Now, cursor update. Because this was all precipitated by this cursor update. So we need to have a thing to setting where the cursor is gonna be. And this needs to have, it has session data, which is good. And we can do have a pointer to the cursor, which is going to be like an I int 3 or int 2 cursor thing that's going to let you navigate and move the cursor around. So we want to do, I believe it's just cursor position, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're going to be drawing it depending on what you're doing. Lots of good debugging and syntax errors. It won't show monitor task manager's PowerShell for a day, and then you'll see this true state. You got to get like other cultures in the setup as well. Nixie, that's Strophim. That's been an idea already. I actually have there's a Nixie tube I'm looking at, but it's a pretty penny, so we're gonna be waiting a little bit until I eventually get that. But yeah, no, definitely want to do a Nixie tube. Definitely want to get a Nixie tube. So we have this cursor here. I need to think like how we're gonna model this. Like, let's first build and run and go from here. So we enter, you have our files we've loaded. We grab this. And we have this cursor that we're gonna have, and we have like this X and Y position for the cursor, but that's not really applicable here actually, now that I think about it. Because really, well, I guess it is kind of applicable. The X would be the category you're in, and then the Y would be the task you have selected. It's like the index into it. So, yeah. So we'd have to draw things differently based on if the cursor is over this. So, in fact, it wouldn't even be here. It would have to do this in the drawing of the tasks, where we have the cursor here, and it's actually a pointer as well, into pointer, and within here we're going to draw things a little bit differently depending on if this current task is highlighted by the cursor. So we'd have like is selected or is hovered, like that kind of indicator is hovered, and it's going to be equal to if cursor dot x equals the x is going to be the category, so it would be state, and cursor dot y equals I guess it would be dependent upon this here, because if it's to do, then it's going to be, no, it wouldn't be dependent on that. It would be dependent upon the index. Oh, but we're going to get the index depending on the state, so we'd have to do like oh, it's not going to be straightforward, is it? That's not fun. I guess we can like do a thing where we define it here and then actually set is hovered equal to is hovered and cursor.y. It's also a pointer, so we might have to actually do the arrow operator on this. But if this is equal to In this case, it would be format to do underscore x, and so on and so forth. Actually, no, it wouldn't be format. It would be to do index. So we'd have to yoink this and then set the appropriate index for each category. Yeah, I gotta say, I really do enjoy this, but I'm feeling, I'm starting to miss Messy Mansion a little bit. I'm starting to have that little, I wonder how she's doing. How's Messy Mansion doing? I haven't seen her in a long time. Maybe I should call her. Oh, we're making so much on this, so much progress. I'm generally enjoying this though too. Line 78, 178. What's going on over here? Line 178. Cursor position. Is it not session is undeclared? Oh, this is never a input, is it? Should probably do that. And then where's draw task called? We're just gonna add, I believe it's called session here as well. Yeah, perfect. Oh. When initialize type int using int2. Oh, that's weird. Do I need to supply like the address of that int2? That's at what, line 180? I guess because it's like a something weird's probably gonna happen. Okay, I guess not. Either way, I think we actually did it correctly. Wow. Wowzers. Let me catch up in chat, guys. 1 second. They're cheaper, same concept, but they're just etched acrylics. Nah, I want the real thing, Strophen. When they say it's safe, not the site I went to that seemed should have ran it through a virus total. What happened, Draco? I'm not sure I'm missing the context here. I'm not sure what you and Renee are talking about. Clackety on Keeb. Yeah, it's great, man. Games, cracked games. Cracked games. Virus heaven. Ah, cracked games. Yeah, I never got into that scene. Never been in, never done. I know I've heard cool things where like old key crackers used to have a lot of they used to have a lot of cool presentation where they'd have like this cool animations or music playing or something. Which era you're living in? I'm living in 2025, man. Era of C, dog. It's the era of C. Reject modernity, return to C. Return to what was right and good. To do index and progress index, complete index. So now we have this thing that determines if this is selected or is hovered. And now we're going to do... We're going to write to buffer a minus, I don't know, 4. We're going to pass in a literal. And this is going to be only if is hovered. Cool. And then it's stuck at that index, so it's not gonna move around. Hopefully what we're gonna do next is gonna help solve that. So we have our draw tasks function. Now we have our calc and cursor update functions, and now we're gonna start dealing with the inputs here. So if and in fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I might even extend our terminal utilities function a little bit, because instead of doing like having to get this global S last key, I might just make like a simple char to prevent me accidentally overwriting it. I mean, if I overwrite it, that's weird and bad anyways, but yeah, I'm just gonna do this and then do a return by, and then I can just do input underscore get. What's going on here? Hey, we got some new friends here. We got some new friends in the Discord. What's going on? Good to see you. 149512. Okay, 512. That's a good number. That's a great number. Glad to have you here, man. Called Decoon. Ah, Decoon. I remember you in chat then. Glad to have you here, man. In another universe. Yeah, the other YouTube universe. Glad to have you here, though, man. Yes, you did, Frog Boy. Have you used NixOS? I have not, man. Golang is better? Nah, dog. Nah, brother. Why not use OOP? Because it's like, I don't know, it's a slow. Well, slow is not a big consideration here, but it is technically very slower. I just don't want to deal with abstractions. I just want to get low and actually deal with the actual hardware and, you know, get closer to metal. Definitely not at metal level, but, you know, it's still closer. We're like page table. Maybe not page table. We're closer to like the V table. The V table, at the very least. But there's a bunch of stuff, man. There's like, if you want to learn, like, if you want some more perspective on this, there's like a great video called Clean Code's Bad Performance by Casey Moratori. Love that video. And of course, like with everything, there's pros and cons and use cases and everything. I don't have to use C for this. I think any language would have sufficed to achieve what I wanted to do and probably even done it faster, but I think it's fun to learn and use this, and you know, there's places where so much infrastructure is using C, and it's just, you know, it's good to learn about it. It's good to use it sometimes. Honestly, I should just make this function be, I should just make it like input get, like, instead of having to know these functions, I can just check for these methods instead. Equals, let's say H, and that's J. And with K. Actually, you know what we can do? You know what we can do? I do this all the time in like game coding. Here's the thing you could do where you can have like, you can have int x and int y and initialize them to 0. That's important. And then you can do stuff like, what can you do? You can do stuff like, I'm trying to remember how you did this. X plus equals input get, and then equals H in this case. And this should be a negative value. So this is true. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit more, because I'd cast this differently in like C# or something, but you can do this, and then X plus equal, let's say, L, and you'd have that. And you do the same thing for Y. In this case, we'll change it from down values to be J, and an up value to be K. And then at the end, you have like the sum total of inputs. It's not a concern here because there's only ever one input, but it's like a nice, easy way to be like, hey. Though actually, I think I could do something even simpler, because this is an integer, essentially, these Boolean values. So instead of having to do this ternary operator, I can just do this plus a sign, which actually I think, we're going to find out if this works good, but I think it might be just simpler to do this versus a ternary operator. H. And actually, in this case scenario, it's even simpler because this doesn't have to be negative. And then HL, KJ, yes sir. And of course, and this semicolons. And now you have the sum total of what you're gonna do. And then X has to be wrapped, of course. And I think I have a math utility for this. I think it's just called wrap, hopefully. Math utilities. No, I have clamp. This is simple. I don't even need to use a math utility. This is like a modulo, now that I think about it. So it'd be X mod 3, because there's only 3 categories. So you're either going to be 0, 1, or 2. That works good for me. And then Y is going to equal a modulo of the category that is currently set. We don't have that category. So that's where we're going to do this calc categories counts thing, which we need persistent data to call this. So we're going to do this here. Calc category counts. And you have to supply it with some things. Persistent data is one of them, namely. So you have to do struct persistent data. Beautiful. Persistent data. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Okay. So we have persistent data. And then it should be a, yeah, it's a pointer as well. Perfect. So the first signature is fulfilled. We need persistent. And then we need these integers for to do. In prog and complete. And we can just assign these addresses. Complete. Cool. I don't think I actually have to initialize. I don't trust C. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever trust that again. I mean, it didn't really bite me that bad in the butt. I figured it out pretty quickly, but still better safe than sorry. So these these counts get calculated and to the correct size, and then now we can determine which one we're going to be using based off the x value. So honestly, I should just make this an array, because then I can index into x using this. In fact, I actually kind of prefer doing it that way, because if I ever want to expand these categories in the future, I could just do that. So yeah, I think I might actually just do that. Cat counts, make it 3. Instead, we're going to pass in, I don't know, modulo cat count. Or maybe I could just pass in cat count like this. Change this to be, it's actually, this is actually kind of funny because it still works. It's an int pointer. So we can just index into the first element, which I think we actually do have to pass in the address now that I think about it. So we can do counts, and now instead of doing this, we can do counts 0 plus plus. Hopefully that just works. Counts plus, and it'll be index 1. In fact, we don't even have to do this. Oh my goodness, making an array just solves so many problems, because literally all I have to do is do counts, index with state, because that's an index, that's an integer value at a certain point, and then just that. And like, that's all there is to it. That's all she wrote. Oh my goodness, dude. Just doing things like data. It's beautiful. And then we can just do equals y modulo cat count x, and that should just like work, I think, man. I think that should just be the thing. And of course we have to assign cursor, the value of cursor. Also, this is just an integer. There has to be an int pointer. So I have to actually do this, I believe. And yeah, and then we can just do cursor, assign cursor I2. I feel like I could just do this. I think I set it up to be like that. But oh my goodness, dude, that's great. Okay, that method isn't there. I think I have to do I2. Do I just have a... Yeah, I have an I2 method. What are you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about? I have an I2 method. You can't do this to me. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do there to dereference that cursor, because the int2 pointer cursor equals this, and then int pointer from int2. Do I have to do something with this? Oh, I have to pass this maybe. Oh, but then this is gonna get freed from the stack. Oh, this is weird. Oh, that's very weird, actually. Unless I just do direct assignment from here and just do like session cursor position. Because what I'm trying to do is write to that memory. Oh, and I didn't add the function. We'll do that right now. All right, let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. What's going on? What's up, Egg Sports? Tusky Manager Melon. Let's go. Hip hip hooray for arrays. Yeah, Decoon, arrays are so sick, dude. Arrays are so sick. It's amazing how you can just convert enums and stuff like that into arrays, and you just have this beautiful way of manipulating data without having to iterate. Why it looks so good. it's not some pre-recorded thing. So if so, I love it. Yeah, it is exports. Definitely not. We're still. I can interact with it. I can touch it. I can turn on green mode. Green mode. It's a good one. I can change the brightness and contrast if I need to adjust my eyes properly. We're real. We're real. Oh, it's supposed to be EG Sports. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I promoted you to Egg Sports. Alright, I got you, EG Sports. Yeah, green mode is nice if I want to be like in Fallout or something. Now we just need to hook up this function call somewhere, which I believe is going to be happening in before we draw tasks, I believe. I think we're going to do this. Cursor update. I believe this requires what? Persistent and then session, right? So I believe I can just do persistent is just data, and then this is just session. Yeah, I should really work on my naming a little bit. Whatever. It all works. It's all gravy, baby. Okay, we're gonna compile. Okay, we're gonna run it. Enter here. And nothing's working. She's not working. She's not working. I'm scared. Mama, I'm so scared. I don't know what's going on here. Doing HJKL all over the place. So I suppose the only thing we can do is do a good old-fashioned F or print F. And we're gonna be doing, oh, I don't know, what are we gonna do? Why do I close the int2 function? Because I keep forgetting functions. It's just int2 print. I should just know this already. I wrote this. How do I not know this? Alright. Cursor, then %s, and then it's going to be I2 print, and then we're going to be passing in cursor. I believe should just work. Maybe not, because it's just, I don't know, we're going to figure it out. Okay, no errors. What? No such... No. You don't do this to me. You don't do this to me. Okay, one exit status. Okay, something's gone wrong. Oh, I did I3 print. I'm so used to working with 3D vectors. I forget that we're working with 2D. Nope. Conflicting types for calc counts have void. Yeah, what is going on here? Oh, there is an error. It's just hidden behind all the warnings. Incompatible type, cursor. That's int2. So do I just, how do I make this bad boy get dereferenced? Because that's the same thing we were facing before. Is that just a... The star thing is so weird because it has like different meanings in different contexts. Expression. Yeah, no. And it's like what the other option is this, but it feels like that just gives you returns the address. Yeah, and that's no. That's, we're both on the same page there. It feels weird. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I just gonna make a copy? Are we just gonna make a copy? And be sloppy like that? Cause that feels dumb. but at the same time, it feels easy. Avoid expression, cursor. What do you mean void expression? Okay. We're gonna unwrap this. Oh, do I have to... Is that the issue? No. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong here. Yeah, let's make our char star first. And do... Just see if this works. This is probably just me not understanding the nomenclature here. And then char pointer D, I2 print cursor. What does this do actually? I've used this before, but what do you actually do? How are you even allocating memory? Oh my goodness, you print F already. Oh, I'm dumb. That's not converting to a string. That's, oh my, no wonder it's throwing. It's a print function. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I was like, wait a second. I haven't thought about lifetimes with this function. Why haven't I thought about that? Oh, because maybe there's no lifetimes to manage. Maybe it's just as simple as, hey, brother, I'm just going to print out the thing for you, and you're just going to be happy about it. So now you can just get rid of, like, everything you're doing before. You're stressing out for nothing, man. You don't have to do this. You don't do this. You don't do none of this. And then, okay, this is still being weird. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get this. Okay, that was it. And then we can run it. Okay, and let's see what our values are here. And they're all 0. I'm not seeing any change in here whatsoever. Oh! I'm seeing some 1s. The -1. Interesting. Why is that the case? Oh, because this is always going to be... I see. So we should early return if there's no inputs. So or else it's going to get overwritten. And then we have to also deal with this negative value and make it modify the current cursor position. So if x equals 0 and y equals 0, we return early, because that means there's no input happening whatsoever. And then over here, it's not enough just to do x. We have to do x plus cursor position and y plus and then do that modulo. Okay, I see here. We still have to deal with the underflow, like the negative values, but this should help state be more persistent. Okay, maybe I could just do this, maybe. Maybe it's just being a little too... Oh, wait 1 second. It's just called cursor, I believe. Yeah, it's just cursor. Whoopsie. Nope. Didn't build. Into and oh, I forgot. Yep. Dot X. Dot Y. Okay. And I forgot it's a pointer, so we have to dereference it like this. And like this. We build. And we're still unhappy because I forgot I don't have to do this. And we're good. Good here. Okay, something happened. It's seg faulted. Floating point exception core dumped. Interesting. That's a new one. I'm so used to segmentation faults. But we got a new one. We got a floating point exception error. That is brand new for me. And I'm not even sure how that happened. You know what? This might... I wonder if it's due to underflow from this. Because we allowed negative values. So, like... Yeah, I think we should do, like, if it's... I need to have, like, a wrapper function, but I'm not going to implement one right now. So we're just going to do... It's a simple case. If x is -1, then... Or actually, if x is -1... I'm just gonna do this, it's simpler. If after everything that happens, it's -1, no you're not. You're actually just 2. Otherwise x. And they're just gonna build it, run it. Whoopsie, can't ternary operator right. What is going on? I am right. Why are you fighting me? Oh. Wait a second. What am I doing? There we go. And then we build. Then we run. Then we do this. Okay. Cool. Still. Okay, we have to have a thing for upper bound as well. That's easy. It's 3. No, you're not. You're 0. Jeez, what is going on? We're having something going on though. Let me catch up in chat, guys. My bad. 1 second. Sasha, what are you doing with your stack? I'm doing the best I can, man. I'm doing the best I can. EG, okay. Morgan, thanks for the info. Yeah, thanks. Morgan's always on it. I appreciate it. After looking through my System 32 stuff from today, nothing has changed there. And my CPU usage looks fine, as both PowerShell and standard Pass Manager looks fine as well. Now I'm scanning my computer with Microsoft Defender antivirus. Dude, you're just going through a fun little side quest with this virus side quest. Everything's fine and dandy. Yeah, I hope everything works out, Draco. What do all of you have crowns? I'm assuming it's Y. I'm not sure. The only thing that first changed when I downloaded it was Chrome browser looked like Yahoo, so I reset my Chrome. Weird. Hi. Read this, K. I'm reading you. I got you, EG. I'm good. More. How about you? Yep. Hey, Zero's in chat. I didn't say hi to you. Hello, Zero. And feature for streams, common chatters get EXP. Yeah, it's a wild thing. I don't know what to do with the EXP. Like, what can I do with you guys who have like crowns? Is there like a currency? Should I make like a bot that does some fun stuff depending on what you guys do? How's this guy streaming? It's 1980, not 3. I know, it's crazy, dude. I pulled Back to the Future. Morty! That's not. That's the other one. No, I'm thinking of Doc Brown. A nice character. Yeah, no, we have so many things I want to work on. It's crazy, dude. It's actually ridiculous how many things I want to do. But we got to get one thing done at a time. First the task manager, then a game, hopefully. And then maybe the bot, and then the website, and all that other jazz, and then the self-hosting. ID count should actually be 1, because we only have 0 and 1 here. So that should be good. I should be able to run this. Yeah, the segmentation fault's happening. I'm not sure what's going on here. Why is both? Okay, no, that's persistent. Yeah. And last key is L. See, that's very odd to me. Because this should be catching the underflow and the overflow. Or I guess this would be even more specific. If x is greater than 2, it's actually 0. And if x is less than or equal to -1, it's actually going to be 2. And that's just what we're going to do. Okay. We're still core dumping. Okay, so I feel like it's something else now. Now I feel like it's something else. Also, this means that this ID count should actually be inclusive. So we can do build. We can run. Actually, what am I doing? I need to track to set faults. We're going to do GDB, and then we're going to do task, and then we're just going to run it, and then I think I need to add a little bit more, a shift on the X offset, because we can't see the cursor over here. Either way, and then cursor update. And we seg fault, signal arithmetic exception. An issue with the arithmetics. So what's going on here? Is it with So it's happening with Y. It's on line 277, right? It's actually happening here. Nothing with the X. My assumption was happening, I thought it was happening with the index, like it's index out of bounding, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case because we trap it here. So I wonder if it's with the modulo where like the count is 0. Oh, maybe modulo with a 0 value is gonna throw. Let's test this out. Let me reproduce this. Let's do float or int a equals, I don't know, 2 modulo 0. Let's just try this out. Okay, we're gonna build again. We're gonna task out. We're gonna run it. We're gonna say yes to this. We're gonna go here and then yes. So it's the modulo that's causing issues. Now, the nice thing is that because we added this little safeguard here, I think I'm safe just to like I guess we should just do this if... In fact, I'm not sure why we're doing modulo category count. Oh no, we have to do that. Yeah. If the category count is 0. Yeah, so if like category count is 0, maybe we just don't render the mouse at all. Maybe that's just the simplest thing we do. Yeah, like just don't render it, but conceptually the cursor is still there. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah. I think that's the move. And it's not going to be drawn anyway, so we can actually just do this. If cat count x equals 0, we just set it to we still have to calculate this first though. But we're still going to set it to x, and then y is just going to be 0, and that's just going to be how things work here. And then I can build again, and we can run it. And this time there should be... Just kidding. It's still not resistant to seg fault. So where is it happening now? We go here. And then it's happening at... Oh, because I still have the dumb code here. I'm still having the dumb... the thing. Never mind. Okay, this should actually work then. And just task out. Never mind. Did it build correctly? No issues. Yeah, there's so many warnings. I need to deal with that later. Okay. Just walk me through this, buddy. We're still having issues here, though. Yeah. That's strange. Why there's like an arithmetic... Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's like, or maybe that's one part of it. Because this would produce an issue. But somehow we're bypassing this. So I'm actually not assuming this is... This is actually very strange. Maybe it's probably something very simple, but my brain is just not reciprocating. Oh, because I don't return. Yeah, that's the issue. So it still sends it anyways. Okay, this time for real. I mean it this time. It's gonna work. There we go. I can't... Okay, there's something odd going on here, though. Let's just first get our, Let's first get our index to draw properly, though. So if write to buffer, if is hovered, offset only equals what, 2? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is instead of having this move, I'm instead going to have the rest move and set hover offset equal to 2, and we're going to just do plus, or maybe just mutate everything. Plus equals, yeah, you know what? Keep it simple. Now look at that. And it moves around when you when it's hovered on. I'm not seeing okay, I'm not sure what's going on there. But hey, now let's try something else. Let's add a bunch of Let's add more tasks here. Now this I don't like. Oh, because it's the same. I didn't increment their IDs, did I? This is 1. This should be ID 2, 3, and this should be 4. Just to see how this works with regrouping. Okay. So it's not drawing correctly. Actually, there's a lot of weird things going on. Like, there's like some formatting thing going on here. I think it has to do with like the weird stuff that's going on with... Okay, you know what? This is some other bugs that need to be... There's some things that need to be addressed here. Let me do something though, because maybe I'm also thinking that this could be due to another bug. I'm gonna catch up in chat right now, so 1 second. Let me just quickly get rid of some debug code I have here, where like that prints out the last key, and then also some debug stuff in the terminal input, and then I want to get catch up. Yeah, no more printing F this. That seems to be working as intended. I'm hoping maybe just that random print F-ing is affecting stuff. But no, it's still odd. It's affecting all this. It's weird that these two get affected by this offset as well. I'm also not seeing the cursor anymore. So I think there's something fundamentally wrong with how I've implemented my draw to text buffer thing. There's some bad math I'm doing. All right, let me catch up in chat, guys. 1 second. At some point, you're right though, it's 0. We call him 0. Ah, okay, yeah. 0 be chilly. Oh, be chill? Yeah, he's chill. To underline the text instead of shift. I like the shifting though. I like the shifting. I like having a cursor. Control A to increment and Control X to decrement. What do you mean Control A and X to increment and decrement? Like values? Oh my goodness. Okay, no. Control Z exits. Oh, Control A and X. That's cool to know. Thank you, Sasha. Open read only, no. Recover. I don't know what I lost. Recover, edit anyways, open read only. Edit anyways. Yeah, I don't care. Board view. Edit anyways, I don't care. No! Recover, I guess. Yeah, it seems fine. I mean, this is what we have. What happened to this? What is going on here? Okay. There's a swap file. What are my options here? I don't want to... I guess just edit anyways, and then I just save. And then if I do this, you're still gonna keep doing that. Can you just get rid of it, dude? Where's the swap file? It's in NeoVim. It's somewhere deep, somewhere else. Okay, what's the difference between quit and abort? Dude, am I dumb or something? Half like witchcraft and half makes sense to me. Yeah, that's how it feels sometimes to me, man. Goodness gracious, NeoVim. Yeah, NeoVim's great, man. Except for this case. See? Wait, Unity? Are we doing Unity? Are we going back to Unity? Also, what's up, Terrell? It's good to see you, man. Cornelius. The same file. Nope, nothing else is editing it. To recover the changes. Okay, so I have to delete the swaps. Brother. Brother, I don't want to do this. It's in what? Local, state, NVim swap. Oh, that's gonna be a journey. Okay, we're just gonna go there, I think. Wait, I didn't remember it actually. What was I'm just gonna keep it open. Let's open Ranger and just go into our little quest. Where is it? Earth.local. Oh, this doesn't let me do that, does it? If I do sudo Ranger, oh, I don't have sudo right now. I don't want to type it on. Okay, cd vim, I'm assuming. No, cd state. Nightboard? No, I haven't touched it. Production is running on the dev branch. Cache corrupt, immutable, constant change to null. All packages. The legacy mainframe is self-aware. Oh no, Truth Seeker, that sounds terrible. It's Gate Sentience, man. State. And then where do we go from there? Okay, cd nvim cd swap. Okay, and then we have a bunch of things we can get rid of. If I do sudo ranger, it's gonna let me do the thing. Let me turn off my webcam and DSLR real quick to type in my password. Cool. And I don't see the I don't see my NeoVim. Oh, it's gonna force me to traverse again. Oh my goodness. You're killing me, you're tearing me apart, Lisa. And it doesn't even show the hidden files. Is there like a thing? There's gotta be a thing for Ranger to show the hidden files. Brother, I don't want to do this. I don't have to. Can I just delete every? What else is in here? Is there anything that might be important? CGG update or? These are all swaps. Can I just delete this entire folder? I don't know. Percent. And then task. And then can I just do star? Would that work? Hey, that works. Beautiful. Okay, now I can go back to working. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is a problem if you don't have Git, but I have Git. I don't care. We can be risky with this. So we have our board view, and then we have... I think we have to do some stuff in the buffer. I think that's what we're finding right now, is that the buffer is not buffering how I want it to buffer. So we're just getting some weird results. Either that, or like I am setting some weird values somewhere, but I don't feel like I'm setting weird values anywhere. Like if I reduce buffer back to like 80 instead and build this bad boy, and then I go back here, okay, everything's a fresh new flavor of broken. So what I think is happening is that I'm rendering something in the buffer. I'm rendering some new line characters. That's like one consideration, but even then, that shouldn't. I mean, it kind of matters depending on how you represent it when you print it. So that could very well be the case. I kind of want to have this background be inverted, because if there's any weird offsets here, you would see it happen across the entire animation. But because the animation's down there, you don't really see that. I'm almost kind of want to modify it just to expose if that's going on. Either way, we have... Let's go to buffer. Also, let me stand up, guys. It's been 2 hours and 42 minutes. I've been sitting down. I think it's bad to sit down so long, so we're gonna get. I invite you guys to stand up for a second and just do some squats, some movement. Get some blood moving to the legs. And I'm gonna catch up in chat while we do that. Weirdly dead internet theory tonight. Why do you say that, Cornelius? What's causing that dead internet theory? Is everyone very body? How much can you actually change the shape of them? The shape of what? Like the tasks on the UI? Yeah, we're using C, Lance, and get some water. Yeah, water is good too. I did a stream this week that was like 6 hours long. I didn't realize it was 6 hours, and I didn't get up the entire time. And I was like, ooh, this doesn't feel good. Like I get so zoned in that I kind of forget to do. Especially when I'm streaming, I get super zoned in. When I'm not streaming, it's easier to do that. But yeah, I just kind of get stuck in that loop. Let's see what's going on in the Discord. What's going on in the Discord? While we're at it. So yeah, I was like, all right, we need to start adding some timers or something, some kind of reminder for me to just be a person and, you know, take care of basic functions and care. It's kind of important. It's kind of necessary. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't do too great either today. I waited 2 hours and 44 minutes, almost 3 hours before I got up and started moving around a little bit. Maybe we should do a squat. Also, creative meat edits. Glad to have you, man. And then we have, who else we have here? Hey, Sahil. Oh, I missed something, didn't I? Oh, that's D-Coon. Welcome to the Discord, y'all. But yeah, I need to like actually take care of myself. How's it going? It's going good, Kate. It's going pretty good. It's moving swimmingly. Ooh, ideas. What do we got for ideas? And we're taking a little stop break to like not die from not moving and sitting down for multiple hours straight. Wish to see your game, sire. Also swap to Ergodox. I think we should keep doing some more IBM for right now. When the swap thing happens, it's usually that Vim closed weirdly and is holding it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. Fix it. Oh, closing terminal would have fixed it? Oh, that would have been easier than going and manually deleting the stuff. Next time we'll do that. Alright, let me, let's do this. We'll, do a few more minutes of, the terminal thing, and then we're gonna switch to game dev. We're gonna switch to game deving. Yeah, sorry if you guys wanted to see the game and I just didn't notice until now. We'll do game deving today. For a short while. Well, that's a cool emote. What is that? Alright. Anywho. What was I doing? Oh yeah, there's some issue with how we draw to the buffer. So yeah, and I think we just, no, that's the background. No, what? Buffer draw BG. Oh, and then we do our frag pass. Yeah. It's valid chord, right to buffer. Yeah, do I do anything here? I should check for, no, I check for null characters. Oh no, it just checks within the buffer. Oh, you know what? I didn't check for here. Wait a second. Let's check for this. I didn't filter for null characters. Maybe that's just what's going on. Because it draws normally fine with, Wait, where is my other tab? Did I co-opt it for this? Let's do... Okay, we go here. Oh my goodness, that's literally it. Okay, that was an easy fix. It was just a new line character. But yeah, we have our file format working. We have loading working. And we have the basic navigation going on here. Though our cursor isn't popping up because I don't know why it's not popping up actually. But hey, we have at least this simple means of displaying things here. Yeah, it was a new line character, Sasha. It was literally just that. Because I think what's happening, because I was reading line by line, I completely forgot that there's a new line character at the end of each file. So, yeah, that's it. Seeker, get some rest, EG. Yeah, you take care, EG. Just glad to have you here, man. I hope you do well, man. Hope you rest well. Yes, sir. Was it seriously the new line character? I genuinely knew it, but I didn't think it'd be it. Yeah, it tends to be. That's how it is. Yeah, I thought the file getter, the read file per line thing was admitting the new line character, but no, it's including it. GG's. Makes me want to work on projects. I'm glad, man. That's the fun. That's the goal here. Part of it's to be cozy. The other part is just, you know, seeing creative things makes you want to do creative things, right? You're doing bevy work? I might fire up some VS Code and work on my bevy project. Oh, sick. Bevy's one of those engines I've been meaning to check out at some point. It's cool. Want to swap your Ergodox? You're popping your wrist again. Am I popping my wrist? It's usually the issue with the Ergodox, or not Ergodox, the IBM is this guy right here, these two. These two. It's actually been pretty good. The rest are a little crampy a little bit, but maybe when I switch to Messy Mansion, we'll change the ergodocs. Because I'm not going to be on this too much longer. I think I just want to have the cursor drop perfectly, and then we'll switch. Okay, the Y underflow is crazy. That should not be a thing. We should bind the Y's. Yeah, we should bind the Y. And then we'll move on. Yeah, because we set the Y index here. Oh, that's for the buffer. Yeah, it's for the buffer. So let's go back to here. Thank you though, Morgan, because I think it's good that you pointed that out, because I'm probably not paying attention to how this is making me physically feel. But probably is doing something. So we're gonna go to, this is board view, yes. And we're going to here. And this is where we do the Y calculation. And module does not take into account the negative value from the cursor, if there is a negative value from the cursor. So we need to bind it. Bind it. We need to bind it. We need to bind it. So how are we gonna bind it? We are just gonna do the simple wrap function again. Just a simple old school wrap function. Equals Y less than 0. Make it just be cat count X. I should just store this. Max Y equals cat count X. And then we're going to do max Y minus 1 and otherwise Y. So if it's less than that, we're going to wrap it back to the last element. And then we're going to do an overflow option too if it's greater than, if Y is greater than or equal to max Y. We're just going to set you back to 0. Not the most elegant of solutions, but a solution nonetheless to keep things correctly sorted. And we're going to build it again. And it wraps around. Okay, not on the Y though. That's bad. You can keep it going. And that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad. And this is the cat count as well for the max Y. And we're doing if Y is less than 0. You wrap it around a max Y minus 1. Otherwise, if Y is greater than or equal to max. Oh wait, what? Why is this? Wait, how did that compile? Oh, did it? It didn't compile. Oh. Yeah, none of this should have compiled. I just assumed it did. Because I was a fool. A fool. And okay, so no, what I have in mind should work. Okay, did it actually build? I don't trust myself. There's so many warnings now that I should just go through them because it makes it hard to find where there's actual bugs, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the bugs. Nice. I'll have to look at S2N quick. Unless you somehow like async Rust, I cannot recommend it less. Async Rust is a miserable experience. Yeah, Rust is not. It was not fun. I mean, it was actually, like I say, it was fun for me. But the more I started working on more substantive things, the more it just started robbing me off more and more, and there's a whole thing with that. Max wire now, yeah, there you caught it, Rook. You caught it, Rook. Yeah, that was a compile. That was a issue right there. What that question means, but max y looks nice. Yeah, it's because I had a max y that was with lowercase y, which was causing issues. So I had it like this by accident. And this seems to be compiling correctly. And I build it, and there's no errors. And I run it, and this works fine, but it doesn't wrap around. It's somehow still allowing me to just keep going and going and going, which is wrong. I should not be able to do that. Like, this should eventually wrap around. And it's not. Which is a very weird thing for me right now. That's the odd thing. Here's this cursor with the delta applied to it, the change in y. And we're doing modulo max y. So that's still within range if it's like overflowing in the positive side, which that means I don't even have to cover this case here. I just need to cover the underflow issue where it's like if it goes under 0, which doesn't work for the modulus because it permits negative values, I believe. So if we go under, that's where we catch this issue. Or if it's like under y is less than 0, we set it to max y minus 1, which in this case should be, like we have 3 items there, so it should be a value of 2? Actually, maybe I don't need to apply this. Maybe I don't need to apply that. Maybe I just do this directly. Yeah, this is still weird. It's like behaving as if it's in a grid, but it's not. Very strange. Let me fix the drawing though, because this should be correct. Oh, and it should happen after. That's why it's being overridden, this character. Here we. Nope. Still not happening. I2XY, we draw this character from my column with minus padding. This is dumb though, because it's just like one character. We write to buffer this. And then we do x plus 2. Maybe it's not building. That's actually, maybe that's the case. Like there's something going wrong here that's just not right. And I'm just, I mean, it's all warnings though, no compile errors. But I feel like I'm in Bizarro land where my stuff is just not, my changes aren't being applied. Like, let's just do something super wrong. Let's just do, not even super wrong, let's just do this. Early return. Not for draw tasks. This is the early return for cursor. Build it, run it. No, so my builds are going through. So there's something logically I have going on wrong. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop for this project. We're gonna do a little transition in the stream now, guys. We're gonna switch to game deving. And I'm gonna switch my keyboard and we're gonna get some water and some just good energy. Or just good refueling. Okay. Very nice. What's going on here? What's going on here? Hey! What is this? And then ideas. What's going on in ideas? Here, I don't want to ping your host because I fear I might distract him, but if you're using the GCC compiler, no warnings! Yes, thank you, Sasha. That's actually great. When this, yeah. Alright, let's just try that. Or maybe I can just say, hey, we're gonna enforce great code quality today, and we're gonna address every single warning in the project whatsoever. But warnings plural. No. And nothing. Wow, that's weird. I'm not used to nothing. I'm used to something bad happening here. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, hydration break, guys. I think it just makes you care more about how you name your things, but the syntax is so simple in C that a language server would just make writing faster rather than prevent you from actually learning. Yeah, we're not doing an LSP. I have no LSP right now. Plain old tree sitter and a dream. Yep. Yes, Sasha. You already know. I cannot live without LSPs, but it's nice though. It's kind of fun to play without LSPs. And just be like, you know what? I'm in charge of everything that goes wrong. I am the captain of this ship. Any dumb thing is between me and the compiler. I don't know. It's a very different way of thinking compared to just writer land and IDE land. Let's open up Unity, and I'm gonna start doing our little change. Here we go. And we're just gonna open up a few seconds ago. What are you talking about? That's crazy. This wasn't a few seconds ago. That's just right now. And let's just move this guy out of the way. Right here. And this is... You know what? We should actually start using this. Unironically, we're gonna use it right now just to start plotting out what we want to do today on stream. How does that sound? Alright guys, let me get some water real quick. We're gonna switch keyboards, and then we're gonna start charting our codes for what we want to do. So be right back, alright? 1 sec. Alright. We're back. That was a nice little... It's so weird for me to get up during a stream. I'm not used to doing that, dude. Anyways, I got half a burger right here. We got some nuts and then I got some water. We're gonna be fueled in, dude. Oh my goodness. With refueling, now I'm gonna be able to just be non-stop, man. That's a crazy life hack, dude. If you like get water and eat food and use the bathroom while streaming, you can like stream longer. That's crazy. Yeah, that 6-hour stream just did something to me, man. The next day, the day after, I could not code at work that well. I was struggling. I was like, geez, this is like deeply exhausted. I feel deeply exhausted. I didn't feel like that after the stream. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna take a nap. It's gonna be great. Just walk it off. Like this ain't athletics. This isn't, you know, sports. I'm not like the Rockettes who have to do like, what, 300 kicks per show for 3 shows a day. That's not one of these things. I'm just a programmer. How am I getting tired? That's not a thing. Oh no. Oh no. Is it doing the thing? It's doing the thing, I think, where it won't let me, oh no, I might not even be able to use this keyboard. Oh my good, I haven't had this in such a long time. There's a bug that happens sometimes with Linux, or at least with Ubuntu, where like it won't let me unplug my peripheral and plug in a new one. Like specifically a keyboard. Oh no. Are you forcing me to use the battleship? Oh no, it's not gonna work if I plug it in. It's like I don't refuse to use any keyboards. Oh my goodness. This is like the worst thing. It's like the one way I interact with the keyboard is with the computers through the keyboard. Oh no. Wait a second. Am I actually like just bricked out of this? Am I actually on timeout? One second. Let's just see if this works. Maybe it's something with the Arduino in this, or the board in this, that messes things up. Yeah, I can't use anything. Oh no. Alright. I need a hero, dude. I need a hero. Cause unplugging it and plugging it back in did some bad. It did something very bad. Am I gonna have to restart stream? I'm gonna have to restart my computer and then restart stream. That's gonna be so dumb to have to do that. Is there a virtual keyboard? I have no idea, dude. I have no idea if Ubuntu has a virtual keyboard, or if my environment even has it now. That's really cool. I'm very happy with that. Well, that's great. Let's try different boards or different ports. Maybe that will do the trick. Nope. Nothing. One second, let me just plug in my mouse back in at least. So I can have at least some control over my machine. Alright. Let me catch up in chat. System reload, copy and paste the command line. Oh wait, you can't press enter. Yeah, I can't, Sasha, I can't. I can't press enter on this. Like I can yoink this. Unless you can somehow put a return character in into a /R. I'm in Vim. I'm stuck in Vim. It's not like I can't even get access to terminal because they're stuck in Vim land. Actually, you know what? There is something here. Alright, I still have access to Discord. Is anyone gonna save me here? Ideas. If you, okay. Have a GUI file manager. I don't think so anymore. Oh no, brother. You can make a .sh file and double click it. Control Shift Delete. I don't have that. I can't. There's no access to Control Shift Delete. I'm just gonna have to hard lobotomize my machine. Your boy's been held hostage. How tricks, but I lack the knowledge. I appreciate the sentiment, dude. I won't execute.sh files from double clicking. Ah, dang, dude. Bro, that alt pants F4 got me good. Well, here's what we're gonna do, guys. That's a great image. This is what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna rip. We're just gonna stop the heartbeat on my machine. Just force reboot it. And then we're gonna start upstream again. It should be quick. It should be like 5 seconds. And from there, well, let's see the ideas. There's no control shifting. There's no keyboard input. Like it's happening somewhere at like a very low level. So yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna do that. We're gonna just restart stream, and you know it's fine because this stream was titled the ASCII project management thing. The next one that we're gonna do right now is gonna be the game dev one, and maybe I don't know, play some FTL or something. But it's mostly gonna be game dev. So, hey guys, I'll see you guys in stream part 2. All right, y'all. I'll see you in stream 2. This stream was so good. We had a part 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be seeing you in stream 2. Ta-ta.